I'm going to start our recording and then we'll get started with our class. Thanks for joining me today, guys. We're going to do our Pilates Yoga Fusion class today. We'll start with just setting our posture, then we'll go into our Pilates, and then we'll go into our yoga segment. I've got you guys muted, but feel free to unmute at any time if you have a question. So start by planting your feet right underneath your hips. Start to engage your inner thighs as though you're going to draw your legs together. Engage your core, very strong core, and use that core to lift your rib cage up off your waist and to take a little tiny bit of curve out of your lower back. We want to maintain that natural curve. We just want to control it, make sure it's not too deep. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Let your palms fall open to the front, back of the head over the back of the spine. That will lift your chin to be level with the floor. Take a deep breath. And we'll just do a quick vinyasa to come down to the mat to start our Pilates. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, palms on the shins, or staying on the floor if you're that limber. Set your palms onto the mat. Step or jump back into a plank. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, hug those elbows into the rib cage, coming down in your chaturanga. You can float above the floor or come down to the mat, up dog or cobra. Push back to down dog, drop your head in between your arms. Exhale and try to push those glutes more diagonally up and behind you. Come down, drop your knees, bring your legs through your hands, and we're going to come down to lie on the mat to start our Pilates. Let's start with a warm-up move here for Pilates. Lying on the mat, flex your feet so toes are pointing up to the sky. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath, engage your core. Feel that gentle curve of your lower spine. We're not flattening our back to the mat. We're just engaging our core so that there's no change in that curvature while we do our arm overs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So holding onto that core, this seems like it's not much, but we are not just relaxing here on the mat. Our core is super engaged. Those toes are pointing up to the ceiling. That's engaging your quads, the top of your thighs. It's engaging your calves. So we are really starting our work here, starting our warm up, getting a little mobility through the shoulders. We're going to be doing some plank variations today. So get some nice movement going in those shoulders. Let them start to warm up. Get the synovial joint fluid moving. Just a couple more of these. Exhale. And exhale. Feel this strong engaged core. Feel that back protected on the mat. We're going to come into our scissors. So we're going to lift the head and shoulders up off the mat, grabbing onto that calf or ankle. Quick pull, 2 quick pulls. Switch legs, 2 quick pulls with exhales. Letting the bottom foot, if you can, hover over the mat. If you need to set it down, that's fine. But working to get it into a hover, feeling those scissors. Nice. It's like a stretch and a workout all in one. You want to have some distance between your chin and your chest. Your chin isn't tucked because that will cut off your airway. You can think about having a big apple, holding it between your chin and your chest. It's about the right distance. Keep it going. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, Last one. Let's do a hold on one side. Try to gently hold onto your leg rather than using it for support for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You can plant your feet on the mat, rock those knees side to side. And when you're ready, we're gonna roll over onto the side. You can use your arm as a pillow, head down. You can prop your head up with your hand. You can have your top hand flat on the mat or on your hips. We're going to do a side lying bicycle, straight line from your heels to the top of your head, the top leg, reach through, bend, kick, reach through. So the core work part of this, the Pilates work, comes from not letting those hips rock front to back. You want to keep them straight up and down level. And you do that by holding onto your core as your leg moves through this dynamic movement. Nice. 4, and then we're going to reverse directions. 3, 2, last one, this way. Bend it back, straight leg sweep through the front. Bend it back, straight leg sweep through the front. Bend it back, sweep to the front. So this, again, we're totally challenging that core to maintain our balance, changing that dynamic direction. Feel your core engaged. Don't just let it go. It should be working constantly, making all kinds of tiny little adjustments. Nice. 4, back through. 3, back through. 2, back through. 1, back through. Bring that leg in front, lift up, down, up, down, up, down. Lift that top arm if you can. Down, up, down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Coming to the other side. You guys look great. Set yourself up, either arm down on head or head propped up, top hand flat on mat or on your hips, starting with that front bicycle. Feeling that core engage. Nice, you guys. I am seeing rock solid work here. It is awesome. Beautiful. Good control. Let your breath move tidally with your leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend it back, sweep it front. Bend it back, sweep it front. Flex and lead with your heel, point your toe to the front. Bend it back, coming front. Keep it going. You guys are doing awesome. You look great. Strong through your shoulder if your head is propped up, so you're not collapsing into that shoulder. Your hand is supporting the weight of your head, but you should also be using some muscle to hold that head up for 4, 3, 2, last one. Push it through and sweep, leg in front, arm up if you can. Lift, 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 lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rolling over onto hands and knees, we are going to come into a plank variation. You can stay here on hands and knees if you would like, and we're going to do a knee tuck, so you can just do like a bird dog knee tuck. And if you want to be here on hands and knees, you might want to also bring your elbow into it. You can be out on a plank in your knee tuck, so kind of tap those toes in. If you can do the full plank, stepping out with those toes, hands right under the shoulders, tuck that knee, tuck. Alternating knee tucks here. Straight line from the top of the head to your heels, not letting that head drop. I want to see foreheads, not ponytails. Good job, super strong. Good job, tuck that knee, tuck, 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 tuck. All right, tuck, kick, tuck, down, tuck, push it back, tuck and down, tuck, kick, tuck, down, tuck, kick, tuck, down. Not dropping that head. Make sure that head is nice and even with the spine, not putting pressure on that cervical spine. Tuck, kick, tuck, down, tuck, kick, tuck, down, tuck, kick, tuck, down. 4 more, kick, tuck, down. 3, tuck, down. 2, last 1. Hold this plank for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to your knees, you can sit back, get a little stretch in your quads, roll your wrists, take a little bit of pressure off. Coming now to our belly, we are going to do our swimming work for our lower body. So let's start with the tops of the feet glued to the mat. We're going to do a breath stroke, one side, breath stroke, other. So our hips are rolling back and forth a little, but the core is engaged here. It's working to protect your spine and your lower back, although your lower back should definitely be working some here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep those arms extended. We're going to keep the legs straight, keep the toes pointed, chin resting on the mat for now. Kick, 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 trying to get those knees up off the mat. Kick. Now scissor kick, just a little scissor. One foot on top of the other, and then switching. Scissor kick, scissor kick. If you can, palms flat on the mat, lifting those head and shoulders up off the mat. You can have your palms down for a little bit of support. Keep that scissor kick going. Kick, kick, trying to keep those knees off the mat, legs straight, not bending at the knee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set everything down, rest for a minute before we bring those arms and legs together. We're just going to do traditional swimming while it's arms and legs together. So just kind of be doggy paddling on the surface. When you're ready, lift your head, chest, shoulders, and arms off the mat. Lift your legs off the mat and swim. Swim. Trying to keep the smallest point of contact with the floor that you can. Head, eyes looking down toward the mat, but head not dropped. Just a nice straight line. Lifting higher if you can for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bend those knees, lift the feet up into the air, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Get a little tension out of there. Press back into a child's pose, toes together, knees apart, palms on the mat, pushing your forehead into the mat, pushing back through your shoulders to get a good stretch in your legs and in your shoulders. You can wiggle those hips side to side. And coming back to hands and knees, stepping through, coming back to lay down on the mat. We're going to do our single leg stretch to a double leg stretch. Lift one leg, bend it. Let me scoot back so you can see me. So bent knee hugged into your chest, just like with the scissors, other leg hovering. Pull, pull. So this is very similar to the scissors, but we're setting ourselves up for the much harder double leg variation. So get that core working, pressing the belly button down to the spine. Don't think about spine into the mat. Think about belly button into the spine. Head and shoulders up off the mat. Pull, 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 pull. Nice. Keep it going. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in. You can lay your head down, take a little rest, rock side to side before we come into the full expression of this. You can stay with the single leg, or if you're ready, roll those head and shoulders up off the mat. Double leg, pull them in. Both legs extend, open those arms. Extend, open those arms into a nice banana pose. Very challenging. Legs hovering above the mat. Arms hovering above the mat behind you. Maximum resistance from your body weight. And out. Hug, hug, and out. Again, feel your breath. Inhale. Inhale. Nice, keep it going. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it out here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hug those knees. Rock side to side. Coming back onto our side. We are going to do a modified side plank. So you're going to be on your knee here. Your top hand, you can be on your hand or on your elbow. I'm looking to get a little height here. Opposite arm up into the sky, straight line from one arm to the other. Lift that top leg. We're just going to start with some lifts. Lift, lift, lift. Lift that top leg, little pulses. Lift, lift, lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pull it in, knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Nice. And you can come down to the mat for any of this if your shoulders are bothering you or you're just not feeling this variation. You can bring that hip down to the mat, that bottom hip, and out. In and out. Nice. Keep it going. And out. In and out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend again, arm up, leg up. Now just a little front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back for 8, 7, just a tiny motion here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, you should be feeling that in the glutes, in the obliques. Nice job. Come to the other side in your plank, straight line, shoulder to knee, leg up in the air, starting with just a little up, down, up, down, keeping those hips parallel to the wall in front of you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee to elbow, in, out, just a little crunch and out, crunch and out. Nice job, crunch. Good height, you guys, really good strength through those shoulders, keeping those arms strong in the shoulder socket for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arm up, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming down to the mat for our last Pilates exercise. We are going to do some windshield wipers. I'm gonna move a little further to the side to get out of the way of the coffee table. Arms out in a T, palms down. Starting with your feet flat on the mat, push that belly button into the spine, not pushing the spine into the floor. Belly button into the spine. Lift the legs up. That will probably straighten your spine. But you should feel that strong engaged core. Legs to one side. Bring them over to the other. Both shoulders stay on the mat at all times. If you want more challenge, you can open your arms into a cactus. So bending at the elbow, that gives you a less stable base. Your shorter base is a lot less stable. If you want to be really challenging, you can rest your fingertips on your core, just using your elbows to prop yourself open. I'm going to go back to the T because I want to focus on form more than challenge right now. No matter what, both shoulder blades stay on the mat. Drop to the side for 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to do some static holds. Get ready to hold over here. Look over the other shoulder. Really think about both shoulder blades pressed into the mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Look over the opposite shoulder. Both shoulder blades pressed into the mat for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug those knees. Rock side to side. Let go of that tension. We're coming into our yoga series. It's gonna help relax and stretch us out a little. Roll like a ball a couple times to come up to sitting. And come all the way up to a seat. Spine straight up from the sky, up into the sky, grounded in the mat, up into the sky. Shoulders back, palms resting on your knees. Close your eyes for one breath. Rolling forward into a tabletop position and just step your hands back, rolling back to standing and slowly roll up, head last. Nice. We'll start with our sun salutation and we'll go into some standing work and some balance work before we come back to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. And you should feel a lot more limber than you did at the beginning of class. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms to mat, step or jump back into a plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Elbows grazing your rib cage. You can hover or come down to the mat, up dog or cobra, and push back to down dog. Let those heels try to float down toward the mat. Strong through the shoulders, roll through your shoulders to drop your head further down in your arms. Bend one knee to let the opposite heel float down the mat. Get a really, really great calf stretch. Now bend the other knee. Let that heel feel what it feels like to come all the way down toward the mat. Straighten both legs, recommit to those strong shoulders. One breath. Lift the right leg into the air, step it between those hands, turn the left leg down to the mat. Hips facing to the front, pressing the outside edge of the left leg into the mat. Lift those arms into the sky for our warrior one. We'll hold each of these for 3 breaths this time. Strong, engaged legs. Palms to heart center. Open into warrior two. As your hips open, your knee opens too, really opening that front knee. You should see your big toe on the inside of your knee. In our breaths, try to float down with each exhale. Flip that palm up. Peaceful warrior, sword up to the sky. Really take this opportunity to press the outside of that left foot into the mat. Fingertips above or below knees. 3 breaths, floating down on the exhales. Extended side angle. Tuck the elbow inside that inner thigh. Top arm over, looking up under that top arm. 3 breaths, floating down on the exhales. Bottom hand is strong, open to the sky, fingertips spread. Palms down to the mat. Step that right foot back. 1 breath in your plank. Inhale, and as you exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. 2 breaths to reset. Lift the left leg back. On an exhale, step it between those palms. Turn the right foot back. Hips to the front, arms up for our warrior one. 3 breaths. Beautiful form, you guys. Palms to heart center, open into warrior two. Awesome. Awesome getting close to the ground there. Really good. Bend in that front knee. Flip the palm up. Tilt that spear up to the sky for peaceful warrior. 3 breaths, trying to float down on each exhale. And Coming into our extended side angle, tuck that elbow inside, bottom hand strong, palm facing up to the sky, fingers spread. 3 breaths. Palms to the mat. Step that left foot back. 1 breath in our plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here before we come back up to standing. Step or jump your feet up to your hands. Flat back inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Grabbing your toes with the yoga toe hold or grabbing your arms for ragdoll. Let's just stay in this fold for a minute. Well, not a minute, but you know, a few breaths. If you want more, you can come into gorilla pose, tuck those palms underneath your feet. Your toes are tickling your wrists, and try to straighten your knees to get that great binding stretch. Bring your hands out from underneath your feet if you were doing that. And slowly inhale and rise up, head coming last. Nice. We're going to come into an Utkatasana series, our chair pose. Let's start by bringing our toes together. You can have your heels slightly spread. Because of the angle of my hips, my toes never stay together, but I think, you know, meet your body where it is. So inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, lift your arms up into the air, squeeze those thighs together. Make sure your knees are even. Push those glutes behind you, sitting into that chair. If you have very open shoulders, let me scoot back. If you have very open shoulders, you can bring your palms in prayer in front of you. I don't have super open shoulders, so I prefer to have my hands shoulder distance. Trying to sit back, 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 really feel the weight rolling back into your heels rather than forward over your toes. If your weight is rolling back into your heels, you can sit back a little further and you can lift up that upper body a little more. 1 more breath. And fold, straighten the legs. Hold this fold. Reset your toes together. Sitting back into that chair, raising those arms. This time we're going to bring those palms to heart center. On an exhale, twist to your right or whichever side you prefer to start with. Hooking that elbow outside those knees, keeping the palms at heart center rather than letting them rise up to your shoulder. Use the power of your arms to keep that alignment nice and centered. Looking up over the right shoulder and open your arms, keeping that elbow on the outside to get even more twist if you can. Opening that arm, looking up at the top arm. Nice twist, you guys. Palms back to heart center and straighten your legs, fold. You can bring your fingertips or palms to the mat, or you can touch your legs, whatever's comfortable in your fold. This fold is your little bit of rest before we come to the other side. Okay, reset your toes together. Inhale, arms up, sit back into your chair, palms to heart center. This time we will twist to the other side, tucking that elbow on the outside of the knee, especially when we're in this twist. Make sure that your knees are parallel, not letting one knee jostle in front of the other. And open your arms, looking up toward that top hand, using the power of your arms to press yourself into a deeper twist. Palms back to heart center. Untwist yourself, sit back into that chair, staying here for 3 more breaths. You've got it. You've got it. You're so strong. 3 more breaths. Keep that tension going. And rise up. Nice. That was a really intense series. Take a second to just let go of the tension. Shake your arms, shake your legs, let the blood rush back to your head before we come into a balance pose, because we're going to need all the oxygen our brain can get for this balance pose. I'm going to be using a block. Feel free to reach for a book, an Amazon box, because we know we all have them, or anything else if you would like for our standing half moon pose. For our standing half moon pose, we are starting facing to the front. We're going to keep our body in this plane facing to the front, and we're just going to tilt over to the side. As I said, I'm using my block here. If you can reach the mat, that is awesome. You go leg out to the side, or if your balance is good enough that you don't need a block and you can just touch your leg, that is also awesome. Trying to get that body parallel, again, facing to the front, holding this balance pose for 3 breaths. And slowly rise up, coming back to standing, reset, put the weight in your other foot. I did my left foot first, I'm going to do my right foot now. Lift, toes straight ahead, body straight ahead. Start that tilt. I'm reaching for my block, trying to open those shoulders to the front, hand up to the sky. Nice, you guys. 3 deep breaths. And then slowly come back to standing. Put yourself into your Tadasana pose, feet hip distance, rolling the shoulder blades down, opening the palms, lifting the chin so the back of the head is over the back of the spine. Let's stand here before we come back down to the mat. Just feeling that length that gives us so much room for that oxygen to enter our lungs. And we will vinyasa ourselves down to the mat. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms down, step or jump into your plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. This stretch should feel, but you should feel like a rubber band right now. We've put so much work into stretching and warmth. Look up between your palms and just step your feet there. Coming to lay down on the mat. We're going to do a bridge and an optional wheel. So walk your heels as close to your glutes as you can get them. We'll all start with the bridge. Start by flattening your palms onto the mat. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to start with your core muscles and just roll your spine up off the mat. So we're not trying to just lift straight up, we're trying to roll up and just keep rolling, rolling, rolling until your hips are as high in the air as they can possibly go. If you would like, you can now take your hands, clasp them together to pull your shoulder blades even more underneath you. I should have grabbed my strap, improvised strap. Tucking those shoulder blades under, that gives you even more room to lift your hips up. Legs are strong, not falling open, not falling to the center, just a nice hip distance there. Pushing from below with the glutes, lifting from above with the core. Awesome. And let go of your hands, palms back to the mat. Roll, 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 roll. On a slow exhale, roll that spine all the way back down to the mat. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. We'll do 3. Ooh, I guess we don't have time. We'll do 2. Your next one is going to be the last one. So choose your bridge, either with hands clasped or palms on the mat. Or if you have a full wheel in your practice, you can come into full wheel. For wheel, fingertips are facing in the same direction as your toes, right next to your head, but a nice shoulder distance apart. We're not trying to narrow the shoulders here. And again, start by rolling that spine up, using your core, and lift yourself up the mat, letting your head hang down. And slowly roll back down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Roll your wrists, windshield wiper your knees. Do whatever you need to do to get ready for your Savasana. You need to hug and roll if you need some happy baby. You need to extend those legs to get the last bit of tension out before we just lie down on the mat, letting your feet open naturally. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Try to center your head on the mat. Open your palms up to the sky. So try not to let your head roll to one side or the other. Close your eyes. Push those shoulders away from your ears. And walk those heels down the mat just a little to get fully elongated. Maximum possible distance from your head down to your toes. It's a nice, warm, steamy day today. So let's imagine we're outside, super steamy, lying on the grass. And suddenly we get just a tiny, very comfortable, light misting drizzle. And it touches your cheeks and your chest and your shoulders and your forearms and the tops of your feet. This gives you a nice little cooling feeling. Slowly roll to one side using your arm as a pillow. Tuck your legs in a fetal position. Keeping eyes closed if that's comfortable. Come to a seated position. Palms up, thumb and pointer finger in the mudra. Feeling that circle connection, completing the circuit of all the power that you have generated today. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale, feel the air exhaling through those palms. Inhale, palms to your forehead. Exhale, and again, almost feel like the air is blowing out from between your palms. And if you'd like, you can join me in a bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining yoga practice today, everyone, and Pilates. It was a workout today for sure.
Thank you.